Hello, my name is Hamza Mahmood, and today we're doing my godforsaken blockchain assignment. We have to make a tutorial for Solidity. Now, my first recording did not go as planned, so I'm not very enthusiastic about this. I've already done the environment setup for that. I was following this tutorial on the official organized Hard Hat website, and here's the proof of that. I won't be going over this again because I don't want to. And now I've written and compiled my first smart contract. Now let's go on and explain what it does. So here we have our token, and this is the total supply. This is how we declare int variables in Solidity. And so over here we're creating our total supply, and over here we have a check to see if during a transfer our the sender has enough tokens inside his wallet. If not, we don't do they're not allowed to do this. And now let's move on to what's next. Okay, so we're going to be moving on to comments. So now, like any programming language, to add comments, you can just to comment out lines, you can just do this, or similar to C, you can also do this to take on multiple lines. And other than that, uh, we have uh, now, similar to other programming languages, in Solidity, we have different types of variables. So we have the basic Boolean integer and two Boolean integer, but the way to declare them is different. In integer, you can do this as int or uint, which is unsigned integer. For a normal integer, there's 8-bit integer and 256-bit integer. And the 256-bit integer is the same as int in any other language. And so we either have fixed numbers and so on. Now moving on, variable and variable scope for there you have static variables, global variables, and local variables. A local variable is the ones that are made inside contracts, such as we have name, symbol. A global variable would be that one that's made outside the purview of a contract. For example, if I declared a variable here, it would be a global variable. Now, state and similarly, a state variable is one that we're permanently stored in a contact storage. And we have operators and loops, just like any other language. Now, hold on, let me. So over here, variables have operators similar to like for example, over here, I could create let's say inside here, I create a variable int x equals to uh, 2 divided by 2. This would give us a 1. And other operators include the plus operator, the multiplication operator, and so on. Now, if we go back here, and similar to that, we also have loops. Solidity has the basic loops such as for, while, do while, and whatnot. And strings and arrays. Now, for arrays, now you can declare arrays, I believe, like, hold on, let me check. We can declare arrays similar to this, for example, array name and the size, like over here. We have a size 3 array, and then we can similar to that, we have some special variables. As I was saying, we have some special variables such as block.difficulty, which shows us the kind of the level of the difficulty of the block, and arrays have some of their own functions. Other than that, what do we have next? There's functions. Now, functions are written like this. For example, there are different types of functions. There's a view function. If a function is returning something, we have to make sure that we have to write it over here, what kind of value it's returning. Other kinds of functions are pure functions, and let's see, what else do we have? Pure functions and fallback functions. And let's see what else. There's also cryptographic functions and libraries. Let's see what those are about. There is cryptographic functions. Now, cryptographic functions are those that give us the hash of inputs. For example, there's a SHA-256, which works like, and there's also, let's see, what else do we have? I have the library. We can also create libraries of our own, and we can include functions in those. For example, if I create a library lib, and inside I put a function like this, so I can call this function through the library. And now moving on, we have error handling functions. Thank God we're finally at the end. So how do these work? So these functions are pretty simple. I think we have, firstly, we have assert, which cancels with the last known, I believe it cancels the last transaction we made. Then